Welcome to the OutSystems Mobile Style Guide lesson. In this lesson, we'll cover the following topics, including an overview of what a style guide is and how you can leverage it. Then, the concept of a mobile style guide is introduced, as well as the advantages of using a mobile style guide. A style guide is a document that establishes a set of rules for a clear, consistent, and visual form of communicating a brand. Using a style guide assures quality and visual consistency with impact on the user experience, development, and maintenance. It works as a guide for UX/UI designers and developers when they're designing and implementing applications. It's also a very useful tool for the communication between UX/UI designers and developers. And finally, it can accelerate development up to 300%. The style guide contains rules for the user interface. Here are some examples: the grid system for composing screens, margins and padding of UI elements, typography like the font type, font size, or hierarchy rules, the palette of colors to use, how to use UI controls like text inputs, progress bars, checkboxes, or radio buttons, and finally, more complex patterns of implementation like a dashboard, login, or calendar pattern. A style guide helps developers to achieve visual consistency of their applications as it provides guidelines and rules to follow. Although the style guide provides guidelines, developers still have to do some implementation of UI controls to get the expected behavior in the application. So let's take a look at what makes a live style guide different from a normal style guide. It's essentially an application that, in addition to the visual rules, contains all elements created using the style guide rules. You have the latest versions of the elements running live for you to experiment with them. As a result, it makes your development easier because implementation requires less coding and allows you to have more time to focus on the business rules and logic. Besides providing living elements that make the development easier, the live style guide has more benefits, such as the application having a better visual quality, an improved user experience using the application, less need for front-end and expert skills when implementing, a better design consistency throughout the entire application, a foundation that can change, expand, and evolve over time, and the elimination of the gap between designers and developers. Mobile applications created a completely new mindset because now users have a higher expectation regarding their experience, and your apps must work like a charm. With that in mind, a live style guide for mobile can be a very important tool to have at hand. With it, both designers and developers will work better together while designing and developing top-notch mobile applications.